Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi, my name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are checking out October 2024 with a pick a card reading. So do keep in mind this is a general reading. Take what resonates and know that the intention was for there to be a message for you. All I ask you to do before you pick a pile/group is to take a deep breath, get yourself calm and centered in a quiet space, and really allow your intuition/gut to pick a pile or multiple piles in front of you. The timestamps will be in the description box below, as well as in the pinned comment by me down in the comment section, and that way it will take you directly to your group or groups. This video is kindly sponsored by Madam Glam New York, everything you love at your fingertips. And if you have been following me for a while, you know that this is a nail polish company that I absolutely love. Why? Because it is vegan, it is cruelty-free, it is palm oil-free, and free from 21 of the most harmful chemicals found in nail polish. And the bottles alone are fantastic. They're ergonomically shaped. You know exactly what color you're getting from the top of the bottle as well as the label here. And this one is called Nova. This is a pastel green. The next one is called Purple Haze, and it is a pretty lavender and perfect for fall season. We have the Autumn Aura, which is a pastel pumpkin, and then we had to pack a punch with the Pink Madness here. I love this color so much. It's like a pretty neon, almost pink. So let me show you what they look like on the nails here. So pretty. And now let me show you what I did with the nail art here. So this one is the Pink Madness with a sparkle sprinkle type top coat. So it's really fun to look at it like a French tip. Just a different kind of way of going about it. Then, you know, it's spooky season, so I had to represent here. We've got the Boo and a ghost here with a little tiny pumpkin. So the Autumn Aura is the background color there. Purple Haze is the background color for this witch hat. And then we have a lot of sparkle to make it magical. The next one, we have two of the colors here. We have the Nova as well as the Autumn Aura for the pumpkin. And I challenged myself to make a neon sign. We have ink here. So, you know, there's room for improvement on all of these, but I'll tell you what, I'm pretty proud of myself. So Madam Glam was kind enough to send us a coupon code for 35% off your order if you choose the pay-as-you-go method. So if you are somebody who loves nail polish, this might be for you. I can't say enough good things about this company. I will say that with this is a gel polish, so you do need a top and a base coat as well as a UV/LED light to cure it. But other than that, like, this product works. It does what it says it's supposed to do, and I absolutely love it. So thank you so much to Madam Glam New York. So if you want 35% off your entire order, if you choose the pay-as-you-go method, here's the code here, as well as in the description box below and the pinned comment by me. Thank you so much to Madam Glam New York again, and let's get back to the video. And with that, let's get started. So group number one is going to be the Universal Monsters Tarot. And if you need a crystal indicator, it's going to be the Golden Healer Coffin Worry Stone here. Group number one. All right, group number two is going to be the Trick or Treat Tarot, and if you need a crystal indicator, it's going to be the Fluorite Moon, Rainbow Fluorite. Group number two. Group number three is going to be the Halloween Tarot here, and your crystal indicator is going to be the Lavakite Broom. Group number three. Group number four is the Hocus Pocus Tarot, and your crystal indicator is going to be the Jade Cauldron. Group number four. And group number five is going to be the Horror Tarot over at the end, and its crystal indicator is the Clear Quartz Skull. Group number five. All right, if you need to pause the video to meditate on these piles, you can go ahead and do so now. If not, I will see you in your particular group. Hello, my group number ones, those of you who chose the Universal Monsters Tarot and the Coffin worry stone, we're going to check out your tarot cards first, and then we're going to dive deeper with some more Halloween spooky season oracle cards for more detail. So this first card is going to represent the overall message for October, and we've got the Page of Candles or the Page of Wands. Nice. Okay. And then this last card is going to represent the overall advice to move through this energy, and we have, oh, the Empress. All right. Okay, so if you have been feeling a little blocked, if you've been feeling like things haven't just had any momentum, you've been feeling like your creative juices have a little bit lackluster in them, you know what I mean? I think you're going to start seeing a turnaround in the month of October here with this Page of Candles. This is that spark of inspiration. This is the match being lit. This is, you know, a creative endeavor that you're going to start manifesting. You're going to be inventive. You're going to find infinite potential with this page energy here. I see the spark coming back to you as well. Like maybe you've just been feeling blah. It is easy to be feeling this right now, so I understand the vibes here, but in the month of October, I definitely see things turning around. Since this is a page, I do want to say that there could be like really good news coming for you quickly. So if you've been wanting or waiting around for any kind of messages to appear, you might be getting some good news in October as well. But yeah, I definitely feel like that light returning. Things are going to be coming to you more quickly. And I do feel like, you know, you're going to have your, I hate to say it again, but your spark is going to be coming back to you. And with the advice here with this Empress, it's all about nurturing that and nurturing yourself as well to get into that space of vibing, you know, connecting to your divine feminine and really being in that receiving energy of knowing that things are going to come to you. And yeah, creation. Like the Empress is all about creation. She is the one that brings in the life. She's normally depicted as pregnant. So you're going to like have this incubation period in October where you're going to really see things start to grow and thrive. And a lot of it is going to be you too. Like with you getting creative again, it's going to bring about that like lust for life. You're going to start wanting to have that drive again, that want to fulfill a need that you've been lacking for a while. And this is the advice is saying, go for it, nurture yourself, nurture your creativity. Just start. Like the electricity is like making me want to just go, like do. Like it's going to jumpstart you. It's going to jumpstart your ideas, your drive, your determination. Yeah, this is exciting. So yeah, if you've been struggling for a while to, you know, get creative and figure out what you want to create in general, and this doesn't necessarily have to be with art specifically. It could be anything that you want to bring into fruition. If you want to travel more, if you want to, you know, have more adventure, if you just want to be more enthusiastic about life, that is going to be happening more in October. So it's just about nurturing your ideas, nurturing your passions, nurturing yourself to create this enthusiasm and this drive to will it to happen. So this is really exciting. I feel like I'm getting this like excitement in my body and in my solar plexus where I just like feel warm and I can't wait to begin. I can't wait to start. And I feel like this rush. So it's just definitely this jolt of energy just getting me going, and I want to just do. And so if you've been in the doldrums, if you've been stuck in a rut and you've been, you know, kicking yourself about it, it's going to start moving in the month of October. All right, let's keep going here. We're going to start with your Halloween oracle here First up, we've got Vampire, emotional intelligence. Yeah, so I feel like you're definitely figuring out this divine feminine energy, allowing yourself to receive, and being okay with putting the feelings back into what makes you excited, what makes you, get the joy, the feeling of life again. Because, this hunger is going to definitely drive you through. Oh, the full moon, this makes me think you're going to go on your intuition too. You're going to start feeling more of this divine energy, the divine feminine with the intuition, being okay with letting your emotions flow. We've got some rain back here too. So water might be a good indicator of your creativity. So you might use water in what you're trying to manifest or what you're trying to bring about. But emotional intelligence means like you know when to react and when to let go. And so I do think that now is the time to take action and put your feelings of what could have been or the feelings of lack into something progressive and into something more fulfilling for you. And this is what's going to provide that hunger and that drive. Next, we have Apple, risk and reward here. So yeah, the thing of it is, anytime you're creating something, it's kind of a risk, right? Will the audience like it? Will my target audience understand it? Will I get my return of investment back? Will it be, worth it in the end, right? But at the same time, it's always going to be worth it if you are enjoying the process and it means something to you, if it's fulfilling to you. But again, you're never going to see the reward if you never start, if you never do. Does that make sense? So everything's technically a risk, right? You wake up in the morning and you step outside and it is a risk, right? So what I'm trying to say is sometimes things feel a little risky, feel a little challenging, feel, what's the word I'm looking for? You have to get your courage in order to try it, but the reward is going to be far greater than being scared to try. And last one here, we got Cauldron, synergy and healing. More cup-like energy, definitely more divine feminine energy too with the Cauldron. But yeah, I definitely feel like whatever was holding you back previously is healing. You're going to feel more driven. You're going to feel more whole once you have this spark back, once you have your enthusiasm going for you. It's going to be, in a way, cathartic for you to process your emotions through whatever you're creating, whatever you're putting your efforts into. And synergy is like that word that like corporations love to say when they're talking about their work cultures. Like everybody has this synergy. We're all working together. Everything flows together. And that's true. That's what's going to end up happening. Like everything is just going to work well together and coexist together, just flow. I'm seeing water here a lot. So flow is a really big one that I'm getting for you. Just go with the flow. Let your creativity take you there. You might have to have a period because I am getting like healing energy here, especially with the Empress. You might have to take a step back and do some self-care, self-healing work. It might be something as simple as a pep talk, or it could be you healing past issues regarding whatever this is that you are wanting to step into. All right, let's keep going. We have the Gothic Oracle here. First up, we've got Trick or Treat. This very much gives me the same energy of the risk and the reward here. Is it going to be a trick or is it going to be a treat? All right, it's a choice. If you receive this card, then a choice is before you. It suggests that there's more than one way to progress and that you're being given options. To be given a choice is a luxury, but we must not forget that responsibility comes with the power of choosing. Consideration or advice may be needed before committing to one choice or another. What we do in the present will have an effect on what happens at a later date. Being conscious of how your actions could influence your life and the life of others, even in the distant future, is part of this card's core message. So yeah, you can step back and just say, well, not today. I don't want to worry about it, or it's not going to happen, or I can't do this, or, I don't deserve this, that, and the other. And fail to progress, or you can make that choice and be like, you know what? I'm going to try. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to try. I'm going to see if this is going to be for me. I'm going to see if this idea works out, because at the end of the day, if you don't do something, the answer is always no, right? If you don't make a decision, the answer is always going to be no. However, if you take that risk, if you choose treat, you're always going to have at least a 50-50 answer, right? Your odds are better. All right, let's keep going. The next one we've got is awaken your magic. Oh, I love this because yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Your magic here is what, you felt dormant, you felt stuck in the doldrums, you felt like you couldn't progress. And now, boom, things have changed. Things have awakened to where you're realizing you have the wisdom inside of you. You have the creativity. You have the tools. You just need to have faith in yourself and nurture yourself to let go and go with the flow. Right? You're going to be soaring before you know it. You know you can do this. You know you're talented. You know you can put your thoughts and make them come to life. All right? So let your magic really come to life here. And your last one from this deck is the Silverback. I don't know why my camera is not focusing, so I do apologize. But we have a dragon and what looks like an angel here. More wings. So yeah, something about allowing it to allow yourself to soar. But let me get the book again. This is about respect. If you have drawn this card, you might need a reminder that not everybody will see the world the way or the same way you do. Respect is a choice, and it could be important for you to make a more open-minded stance or accept that another person's view or life path is not your own. In some readings, the card will ask if it is you who is being disrespected. If you feel this to be true, it might be time to address any bias or unfair treatment. So basically, we kind of talked about this earlier, but the respect here is, give yourself some respect here. And then at the same time, not everybody's going to understand what you do. Not everybody is going to be your target audience. So your magic, your talent, your skill set is not for everybody. It can't be for everybody. So if one person out of 10 doesn't like what you have to give or what you put out there, that person wasn't meant for you. That's not your audience. Don't let them hold you back from your magic. All right. So respect yourself enough to say that that is not what I need. I don't need their approval. I don't need their consumed. I don't need them to consume what I have. So therefore I'm going to go with these 9 other people because they want what I'm selling, basically. So allow yourself that self-respect of knowing that, you cannot possibly be for everybody, and you don't want to be, because that, imagine splitting yourself into a million different pieces so that each person could have a little bit of you. That's not healthy. Right? So just know that you have a key audience if this is something that you are going to be sharing with the world, or if this is getting back to who you are and getting back to, being enthusiastic about life in general, then this is about giving yourself that respect of knowing that you can do whatever you put your mind to. All right, let's keep going. We've got the Seasons of the Witch here. First up, we've got Candle Magic. Ooh, confirming the candles in the first one. Oh my gosh. There we go. Speak your breath into its velvet. Recite along its spine all that you desire, all that which will unravel. So candle magic is something that a lot of us use for manifestation. But again, more candles, so more confirmation there. Again, lighting that fire, getting yourself excited to be, back in the, throes of it, the passion of it, the excitement of life and of creating. Set your intentions and allow yourself to have this time of magic. Next, we have Wolf. Devour the ferocious calling within the howling of your spirit. run wildly into the freedom of your knowing. So again, you know what you've got to do, but this is all about freedom and relying on instinct. And so again, you have that deep knowledge, that knowing, that intuition of what's going on, and you know exactly what you want to do now, how to go about it, what to do. And this will provide you that freedom, that feeling of being able to do what you want to do now, that feeling of not being stuck in a rut. And follow those instincts. Allow them to take you as far as they can take you, right? Rely on your passion. And next we've got elements. Remember to feel the warmth pulsing through her womb. You are a child of mother. True harmony awaits you. Well, this makes me think of the Empress card again, allowing yourself to combine all of the elements to really, capture the essence of each of them and combine them in a way that makes you feel whole and express yourself that way. I feel like once you get in the groove, things are going to feel like all the 4 elements together with harmony, allowing that balance to take place to where you're no longer feeling self-doubt. You're no longer feeling a lack of confidence. You're no longer feeling a lack of creativity, that you're actually taking that bite of the apple and moving forward because it is within you to do so. You know what you want. Your healing is happening because now you are, respecting your art, you're respecting your creativity, you're respecting your divine feminine. All right, next we have the Talisman Oracle. We've got Let Go. This is giving me Cancer energy. So you might be a Cancer, more water energy right there, or moon energy, divine feminine. So allow yourself to feel into it, go with the flow, and let go of doubt, let go of, the lack, let go of the worry. You gotta, in order to really put yourself out there and get back on the horse, right? You kind of got to let go of all of those things that are holding you back. When you fall off the horse, you got to get back up on it again, right? And sometimes that's scary. Sometimes it is a very nerve-wracking thing to do, but you can't do anything if you don't try. You're going to be stuck on the ground, right? So that's what this is about. Let go of all of those things that are no longer serving you to allow you to get to this place. All right. And last but not least, we have the Autumn deck. I think that's what it's called, by V Love and Crystals. First card, we've got Rebirth. Yeah, you're coming out of a funk and you're going through a change for the better. Things are going to start turning around. This is like a nice transformation for you. And last, we've got preparation. So yeah, this is the time now to get everything in order for what you want to bring about, what you want to do, and prepare for a harvest. So this is fantastic. Yes, it's a lot. Yes, it can be challenging. And yes, you have a lot, that you have gone through to get to this point. But doesn't it feel good right now to know that in October, you're going to have that spark of life back. You're going to nurture yourself. You're going to find healing in your art, in your creativity, in your adventures, in you living life. Find healing within yourself to produce these things for yourself. Listen to your instincts, listen to your intuition, and let go. All right. I hope that resonated with you. If it did, let me know what group you chose down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I love you and I like you. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me, and it helps me out with the algorithm gods. Thank you again. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye. Hello, my group number 2s, those of you who chose the Trick or Treat Tarot and or the Rainbow Fluorite Moon. We're going to check out your month of October 2024 with the tarot first, and then we're going to dive deeper with the oracle cards that are Halloween themed. So first up, this tarot card is going to represent the overall message for the month of October, and we've got Two of Wands. Miss Zombie over here. And then your last tarot card is going to represent the advice to move through this energy. And we've got Temperance. Nice. Okay. So with the Two of Wands in October, it's all about seeing the vision. Visualize what you want and plan accordingly. There's going to be a choice or a decision here that you're going to need to make, and some of you may be stepping out of your comfort zone in order to make it, but know that it's all about your intentions. So sometimes the choices seem similar, but it's about where your intentions want to go, what those outcomes are going to be. So you can have very similar decisions or choices, right? But you want to go toward the one that's going to make the most sense for what your intention is. So for example, if you are intending to, run this 5K and, it's something that you've always wanted to do, but you've been out of practice for a while, you're not going to choose the decision of, working all day and only doing training on the weekends. You're going to make the decision to train during the mornings before work or after work during the week, and then take a couple rest days, right? You're going to move towards the decision that might make you uncomfortable at first, but in a good way, like it's out of your comfort zone. But it's going to lead to the intention that you're wanting, the goal, what you want to achieve. So keep the vision in your head, keep the faith, keep the goal with this Two of Wands, because at the end of the day, if you do not move forward, if you do not continue to have that momentum, you're not going to get to the goal, because that saying of, if you're doing the same thing every day and expecting a different result, it's insanity, right? So you want to make a little bit of change here and there before you can get to the goal, right? So if we're in the same hamster wheel day in, day out, we're not going to see any changes happen because we haven't made any significant changes to our routine. Hopefully that makes sense. But then we have the advice here with Temperance, which is all about moderation. It's about being patient. It's about even healing, balance, and harmony. So in order to kind of move towards this, you got to give yourself a little bit of grace, and you got to have balance in your routine, in your day-to-day, in your planning, right? So you can't just put a whole bunch of stuff on your to-do list and expect it to get done without no breaks or downtime. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're going to have like a skeleton list and then add in as you go more things to get done. You don't want to just overload your system. You want to be able to say, okay, this is the foundation that I need. And then every day add something a little bit different or a little bit more to your list to get to your goal. Does that make sense? So give yourself grace, allow yourself to have some flexibility, to get grounded, to get balanced. And, again, sometimes stepping out of your comfort zone, taking a little bit of a risk is in and of itself risky. But having this balance within taking a step out of your comfort zone is going to be key to help you move forward. Moderation. Don't do too much all at once, because then you're going to run out of steam, right? Allow yourself a little bit of self-control. Self-edit should you need to. You don't need to do everything for everyone all at once, right? Tone it down. Give yourself a little bit of a break here in October. So no matter what you choose to do here, give yourself some balance in everything that you do. Your to-do list might be so long and it might be, insurmountable. But if you break it down and say, okay, well, I can do 5 of those goals today, and then I can add in another goal tomorrow, you'll get there. Moderation is going to be key, and allow yourself some flexibility. You don't need to be so rigid all the time. But I do think you will be able to get done what you need to do in order to expand, in order to grow, because that's the next card here. So as long as you give yourself this balance and this moderation and be patient with yourself and the universe as everything is opening up for you, you're going to be able to get to that next card in the deck here, which would be the Three of Wands, which is growth, expansion, growth and expansion in every single situation here. So give yourself a little bit of a break. If you've been pushing yourself too hard, now's the time to choose to be a little bit more relaxed, give yourself grace and compassion, and know that you can do whatever you put your mind to. You just have to choose the intention to do it, if that makes sense. I know, easier said than done. I know. But I'm just relaying what I see here. All right, let's keep going with your oracle cards. First up, we've got the Halloween Oracle. And your card here is the Witch, the earthly weaver of the worlds. And this confirms what I was saying with, you can create what you want to create with your intention. That's the most important part. And then you move forward accordingly. The Witch, it's all about intention when it comes to any form of magic, any form of manifesting. What are your end goals? And let's put that into the equation. And then everything else we, build around it. Okay, so very much you are the manifester, you are the weaver of your own world. So you choose the option that's going to give you your desired result. All right, and next we've got skeleton. We were talking about skeletons with strength here. So you have it within you. It's almost similar to like the strength card in tarot, where you have that within yourself. You have the drive, you have the determination. You're setting up foundations right here. When we look at the skeleton, that's the foundation of the body, right? And everything is built up on top of it. The muscle, the flesh, all of that is built around the skeleton. And so if you don't have the skeleton, then you don't have anything else. You can't walk, you can't function, right? You're a blob. So think about having your skeleton and that being your intentions, that being your plan set in place, that being your forward motion, and that inner strength to create and keep going and keep that momentum up. It is very much knowing that you can overcome the self-doubt. You can overcome the, any situation that gets thrown at you in the month of October. You can do this because your intentions are set. You've built the plans, you've built the foundation, and now you're just going to keep moving through with, your endurance, your perseverance, and your inner strength. Okay. You have that fortitude because you've already listed out your goals. You've already listed your action plans. You already know what you want. So therefore, don't worry about what comes your way, because that's just life. That's going to happen. And now you're less anxious, you're less stressed, because you have everything in place here to guide you forward. And your last card here is the Skull of Stars, infinite possibilities. Yeah, no matter what you choose to do, you have a plan for it. No matter what your options are, you have a plan for it to create the possibilities that you want. There are infinite possibilities, infinite opportunities here for you to get to your goals, to your intentions, and to achieve what you want to achieve. Believe in yourself, give yourself grace, compassion with this temperance card, and know that no matter what you do, as long as you keep the momentum, as long as you keep moving forward, you've got this. And give yourself that patience too. Remember, not everything is going to happen when you want it to happen, right? We have to remember divine timing in all of this too. That's the thing. The universe likes to throw that in our face all the time, right? Like it's not the right time yet. A door may close on you that you thought would be wide open. And then, you worry about, okay, well, now that it's closed, do I quit? Do I stop? Do I keep moving forward? You keep moving forward, because guess what? A bigger, better, greater door is going to open for you. Because why? Infinite possibilities. Do not give up because you thought one thing was going to happen in one specific way. All right. Things get thrown curveballs in our face all the time. And that's just the universe saying, hey, do you really want this? Or, hey, let's course correct a little bit. Look at things, even if they're challenges, even if they're things that are setbacks, even if they are, considered failures in your opinion, in your eyes, look at them as lessons directing you to course correct, directing you to now be able to handle a better situation, right? So every quote unquote failure is an opportunity to learn something from that. And I know that can kind of get into toxic positivity. That's not what I mean here. I mean that you already set those intentions into play here with this Two of Wands. You've planned it out. And now you are just finding your way. You're weaving with this witch forward. You're weaving what you want in your cauldron, let's say. And so if challenges arise, You have the skill set and the ability to move through them, even if you yourself see it as a failure. It is not a failure if you learn something from it and you course correct. All right? Because again, don't settle for crumbs when you can have the whole cake. Because sometimes we get so focused that crumbs are what we're worthy of or what we deserve, when in reality, if you just bypass those crumbs a little bit, you'll get to this big frosted cake that is so moist and great and delicious that you didn't think it was possible to have that cake. All right? Keep the vision, keep the faith that that cake is going to come. Infinite possibilities. All right, let's keep going. First up, we've got the Gothic. Yeah, that's what it's called, the Gothic Oracle. First card we've got is the Angel Rose. Perspective. A shift of perspective could be needed at this time. While it might be understandable for you to be feeling lackluster or even down, there's always something to be thankful for or to look forward to. Like this woman, just lifting your head up to the light could change your outlook for the better. Though you may have experienced a difficult time, dwelling on a problem or engaging only with those things that have not worked will simply keep you stuck within the darkness. An act of gratitude is necessary, even though the difficulties you may have faced have left you emotionally buckled. It is important that you count the blessings that do exist and consider the life lessons that have been gained through recent hardship. I mean, literally just confirmed what we were just talking about. All right, and the last one out of this deck, we've got Valor. I think no matter what, you are going to have your head held high and you're going to know that you are going to succeed because you have that inner strength, that inner light to guide you. And this one says Battle. This card suggests that battle is necessary or inevitable. There will be circumstances when we are called into conflict and must consider the best method of response. In some situations, choosing not to respond or enter into combat is the best course of action, but this card reminds us that there will be times when it is vital for you to stand your ground and fight. The appearance of this card could signify that there is tension in the air. Quarrels and other kinds of non-physical warfare could be headed your way, so donning your own armor, readying for counterattack, could be your best and only option. Unfortunately, we all fall prey to criticisms and condemnation from others. Valor reminds us that there are some disputes we simply cannot walk away from. So yes, there will be challenges, but you're ready for them. Do not worry about what other people think that when you decide that what is right for you is for you. If they are like, why did you choose that? Or why are you doing that? Do those peoples pay your bills? Do they pay your, rent? Do they, provide you food? If not, you don't need to worry about them, right? If they are somebody that you trust their opinion, absolutely take that into consideration. But what I'm saying is, sometimes we know what's best for us, even if other people don't understand the decision that we make. So regardless of what your choice and decision is in October, you may have pushback from other people. You may have your own pushback. Maybe you, again, might come up to challenges and you're like, is it even worth it? Do I even keep going? Yes, keep moving forward with momentum. Know when you need to take a time out, but know that you still have to keep going if that is what your, desire goal is. All right, let's keep going. We've got the Season of the Witch sew-in cards here. Coming of Winter. It comes in lullabies deep within your mirrored flesh. Alas, it's time to lay your quivering chest upon the winter's coming. So again, we have like a seasonal change here. So cycles. It might be time for you again to take a step back to make sure you have that moderation in place. As with winter too, like a good rest, a good reflection period, a good time to take a seat out and kind of get your bearings. So she's looking out the window and is like, winter's here. Again, winter is coming, Game of Thrones reference. But, winter is a time to really hunker down and refresh yourself, hibernation. So you might need to take a time out. Again, moderation and patience. And your last one out of this deck, we have Journey. Daughters of our mother, walkers of the unknown, take with you on this journey all that you honed. So again, you have the skill set to make it up the mountain. You have what it takes to get through these obstacles. Keep going. one step forward at a time, and it doesn't have to be big steps every single step you take. You can choose to take small, slower, deliberate steps. And then the next day you can go for, go on that run, go through that journey on a run in a quicker pace. So again, it's about moderation, balance, harmony. You do not need to make it up the mountain all in one day. You can choose to, go at your own pace. All right. Remember, divine timing is here too. Divine timing is like, yeah, you could go as fast as you want, but you're supposed to be here at X amount of time, and only I know when that time is. All right. Then we have the Talisman Oracle, and it is equilibrium. And we have that cup in the water, just like the Temperance card here. So that's confirmation, finding your equal footing, finding that balance and that harmony between, moving forward and then allowing yourself that time to rest and recuperate, moving forward, healing, taking time out for you, taking a rest and being patient, finding an equilibrium that works best for you. And only you will know. And it's called, taking it one day at a time, one step at a time. All right, and your last deck here is the Autumn Oracle, I believe it's called. I could be wrong. This is by V Love and Crystals. First card here is Crossroads. Yeah, this is a choice that you got to make. This is a decision. You're literally between two wands there. It's a crossroad. Are you going to keep doing the same thing that you've always done and getting the same result? Or are you going to take a different approach and really put in the work and the effort and the determination to change your, reality, let's say. So it is a crossroads time, but you already know what you need to do. You already need to know your goals and what you want. It's just putting in that effort and putting in that work. And your last card here is Courage. Yeah, sometimes, these go hand in hand together, strength and courage. Strength is having the courage to move forward, and courage is having the strength to continue to keep going. Courage is not necessarily like, standing up to bullies or, getting over your fear. Courage is waking up every day and doing something new. Courage is putting your foot in front of the other and taking a step even though you want to quit. Courage is saying, I am who I am, and this is me, and living authentically as who you are. Courage is giving you an opportunity to change direction and choose what's going to be best for you in October. So that is all I have for you today, group number 2s. Hopefully this resonated with you. I'm excited for you. Let me know what decision you're trying to make, what choice you're trying to make in the month of October, and what group you chose down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I love you and I like you. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me, and it helps appease the algorithm gods on my end. So thank you all for hanging out with me today. I love you and I like you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye. Hello, my group number 3s, those of you who chose the Halloween Tarot and or the Larvakite Witch Broom. We're going to check out your month of October here, first with the Tarot, and then we have some Halloween Oracle decks to further get some information. All right, so this first tarot card is going to represent the overall message for the month of October. And we've got, we love to see it, the World. All right. Nice. All right. And then we have the last tarot card that's going to represent the advice to move through this energy. And we have the Six of Ghosts, or the Six of Cups. All right. So the overall message is you have come to a successful end of a cycle here with this World energy. It was successful, and you are reaping try saying that 5 times fast, reaping the rewards of it right now. So celebrate yourself, celebrate your achievements, celebrate how far you have come. But know that now you are ready to begin a brand new cycle or a brand new journey. So there's something that you are beginning in the month of October as well as ending. And this could be a really big thing for you. It's going to look different to everybody who is watching because this is a general reading, but I feel like you're leveling up. if that makes sense. So some of you are getting a promotion in October, to leadership, or, you're just making more money. Some of you are, going into a field, a new career field that's, you've studied for. Some of you are creating your own businesses, stepping up. But there's a big emphasis on leveling up, like a video game, right? You've completed the necessary lessons in the previous levels, and now it's time for you to, try this new level that might be a little bit more challenging, but you've already been successful in the previous levels. So now let's, empower ourselves and move forward with, tenacity, and be very excited about it, because you've got this. You've got the skill sets. You've got what it takes to move forward. But yeah, there's an emphasis on like empowering yourself, like knowing that like you've already completed every challenge and obstacle that you had to deal with already. So what's another one type of a thing, like you've learned what you needed to learn, and now you're like, I'm ready for anything. Like, I've got this. Like, it's like when Mario takes the mushroom and it powers him up for the next level. Like, I don't know why I'm seeing video game references, but here we are. But that's what I'm seeing. So very, very, very cool. Like, this is something that you've been waiting for. This is something you've been preparing for. For some of you, I do see it might be a little bit out of the blue. But I feel like the majority of you guys are like, yeah, I've been, manifesting it. I've been ready for it. I've been preparing for it. So remember, empower yourself. Get ready, celebrate now, but like it's about to get awesome. Like you're leveling up in a way that you haven't been seen before. Okay. Some of you might, like, I'm seeing, social media too, like, getting more engagement, subscribers, like that sort of a thing. So a lot of you, it's like your business is taken off, right? You've done the struggle part of it, and now you're getting more recognition. You're getting more people coming to patronize you, patronize in the good way. And, now you're like, all right, cool. I might need to start adding more inventory, or I might need to, I might have to hire people on to help me out, that sort of a thing. Like, you're leveling up. I know I keep saying it. Move on, Natasha. So the advice here is the 6 of Cups. So this is all about, like, this energy is about like nostalgia, about the past, people in your past. But when it's in regards to like advice, I keep hearing, remember how far you have come. Remember who you are. Like, remember how it felt when you weren't in this situation, when you weren't feeling empowered, when you were, not feeling secure, when you didn't have your foundation set. Remember that versus what you're feeling now, because that's going to provide you even more Mario mushrooms to power you up for this next level. Okay. So remember how it feels when you are riding that success high. Remember how it feels when you got your first client, when you got your first paycheck, when, you got your first project that was like a huge hit. Remember the struggle that you had to get there, the challenges you faced and met and accomplished those challenges. You overcame them, and now you're here. So whenever you're feeling timid or unsure of this, next situation, that's okay. It's human. That's what we're here to do. We're here to learn. We're here to grow. Remember who you are. Look at how far you've got to get here. Do not ever doubt yourself. Do not ever doubt your talents. Do not ever doubt your skills. I'm getting goosebumps. Tap into that childlike wonder, imagination, and joy, because these, you can't really tell, but usually there's like little children here. Tap into that. Look back on your 6-year-old self and tell your 6-year-old self, like, I made it. I'm this now. I'm a marine biologist. And what would your 6-year-old self be saying to you? Oh my God. Wow. We made it. We did it. That sort of a thing. tap into that energy and let that propel you forward. Okay? Be in harmony with your emotions too, because we have the 6 here and it's cups. So 6 usually we'll talk about harmony. Be in balance. So don't let fear, anxiety, stress override your authenticity, your excitement, your passion. Don't let that don't let the unknown and the fear of that keep you from feeling excited about your passion, feeling excited about this next journey. Because I'm getting like amped in my energy right now. Like I'm feeling like excited, but I'm also feeling nervous. I'm feeling a little bit unsure. So get back into that harmonious state of being like excited. Like, yeah, like it's new, it's different. It's another thing of where I don't know where I'm going to end up, but I'm excited about it. Like the possibilities are endless. Like I can do whatever I set my mind to, type of thing. Remember who you are. Okay, let's keep it pushing here. We've got the Halloween Oracle next. First up, we've got the lamp with remembrance. I mean, I'm going to put that right here next to it. You're remembering your inner light too. You're remembering that drive, how it feels when you accomplish something, when you create something, when you are passionate about something. You're remembering how it feels, what it takes, how far you have come, etc. That's just confirmation there for you. And then we have, candle wax. That's fun. We were talking about authenticity, being you, with the invisibility here. Do not be invisible. Do not be a ghost. Stand in your power. Stand in your success. Be authentically you, because the trials and tribulations you faced to get to the end of this cycle, you're successful because you were you, right? You're doing the things that you set out to do. Be in your power. Do not be invisible for anybody. Show up as you, even though it might be intimidating to do so. Show up as you and see the opportunities grow around you. See what comes to you, because you're attracting that to you, because you're coming from a place of pure authentication, pure love and joy and passion. All right. And your last one from this deck is Mummy with change. Yeah. Change is coming. A change of a cycle, a change in maybe your demeanor too, with how you hold yourself, how you feel about yourself, how you progress forward. Everything is positive here. I'm not feeling anything to be worried about. Like, again, you had a successful ending of a chapter and now it's a beginning of a new one. All right. Now we got the Gothic Oracle here. So first up, we've got the North Star. So keep following your passion. Keep moving forward toward what you know is to be your true north, if that makes sense. So couple that with authenticity here. That is your guide. That is your North Star. That is what you're moving toward. You've earned your place. I keep hearing that in my head too. It's almost like it's yelling at me like, you've earned this. Like, stop questioning it. You've earned it. It's like, it's not too good to be true because you have earned it. Does that make sense? Like you spoke it into existence and now you have it. And now you're questioning, do I deserve this? Yes, you do. You are worthy. You made it happen because you did it. So North Star, keep guiding, keep moving toward what you want. Keep moving toward your authenticity here. And next we have the Serpent's Spell here. So this is all about the shadow self. There are many things in life that we would prefer to not acknowledge or look at closely. This slivering, okay, that is a word, serpent banished to the recesses of our mind represents those shadows within ourself that we would prefer to stay hidden. It is important to remember that we all have a shadow self. It might manifest as jealousy, anger, laziness, or self-sabotaging beliefs that prevent you from attaining your dreams and having a healthier life. Since we can neither dismiss nor heal the dark serpent within us, it is advisable to get to know it. Facing your demons and accepting them can actually be a positive thing to do. Understanding why we become jealous or angry can uncover a path toward a more balanced way of living. So again, if you're questioning whether you deserve this, whether you're worthy, shadow work might need to be something that you look into. Keep questioning yourself, like why you feel that you don't deserve this level up, why you feel like, you're not feeling deserving. And again, we have to look back at the Six of Ghosts and say, look at how far you've come. Yes, you absolutely do deserve this. Remember who you are. So, we all go through these challenging belief systems, right, about ourselves. Society puts expectations on us, especially, what we're supposed to look like and do and have by a certain age. And that's not anything we need to look at right now. So if you are challenging whether you're deserving of this or worthy of this, you might have to look at the reasons why you feel this way. Was it something that you were taught in childhood? Was it something somebody had told you once? Is it a factual belief? Because if it is something that comes from a factual standpoint, then, we got to do even more work toward that. Does that make sense? So take a look to why maybe you are feeling undeserving. And your last one from here is inner strength. So some of you might need to take a look at group number 2, I think, because I think that might coincide with each other. But inner strength, lean upon it. Look at, again, how far you have come to get to where you are today. And that comes from an inner fire, an inner knowing, an inner determination, a fortitude, an endurance, and even compassion for yourself. You have come so far because you've had all of this within you the whole time. You can keep moving forward now to accomplish anything you set your mind out to. She's like a knight here. She has the full help of a dragon here, and that dragon is within you. Tap into that energy, into that fire, and that, that just sheer perseverance, and you'll be able to accomplish anything that you set your mind to. Again, I know easier said than done. However, you have this within you. All right. Tap into it when you're feeling a little bit of that shadow side come through. All right. Next up, we have the Seasons of the Witch Oracle here with the Sowen. First up, we've got Frog. May the lily beneath your breasts allow you to drink from its healing waters. Be still, for there is serenity behind the drowning croaks. So maybe we are healing some of our shadowy sides here. So transformation and serenity. When frog comes croaking, know that you are transforming or the process will begin soon. This is a positive transformation, not the sort of dramatic transformation one might expect with the Banshee card. This transformation is easygoing, so much so that you may not even know it's happening. It's a subtle shift that occurs in the background until one day you realize things are different. There is nothing you need to do to move this change along. Again, more change. Like the frog, your higher self will take over and guide you through instinct. You need only pay attention to the urges you feel and follow those urges when they strike. This message is amplified if you've also pulled the wolf card. Be patient and note that this transformation has come to your awareness. This is not something that can be rushed or forced. Like the frog, this transformation may take days, weeks, maybe even a year or two to transform completely. All unfolds in accordance with your divine destiny. Yeah, maybe you guys should check out group number 2, just saying, see if any of that kind of helps you along here too. And then we have the third harvest. So again, you're harvesting, you're reaping the rewards for what you have achieved and what you've gone through. Daughters of the woods, feel thy sacred swell with suppleness. Taste the gathering of honey's milk filling your emptiness. So yeah, You've got this. You're reaping the rewards. You're going to continue that success. You're going to continue moving forward. All right. And then we have the Talisman Oracle, and it is financial security. We love to see it. So more harvest. So you're moving toward financial security here too. All right. So again, you're leveling up. All right. If you've been worried about, money, like everybody else here, it is something that is a challenging situation, right? So you're moving forward to have that financial security, that stability, that safety net too, because again, you level up, you make more, right? So definitely confirmation that if you are, setting out on your own business here, leveling up, or, having a promotion or a new, what is that called? A raise. That's what it's called, Natasha. If you're having a raise, it's leading to financial security. All right. And last, we've got the Autumn Oracle from V-Love and Crystals. And first up, magic. Believe in your own magic. Set your intentions. Believe that everything is possible. Next, we have fear. So that goes with the serpent spell there, as well as we were talking about, stepping into a new leveling up can be challenging, can set in that fear system, but you're going to face it head on and be totally fine and secure and know that your fears are just that, fears. I believe, and I know I've said it in another reading before somewhere, but I think that there was a study that said fear is like the same vibration as excitement. It creates the same sensation in our body as excitement. So take that feeling of fear and switch that perspective and have that fear be like, oh my gosh, no, it's exciting. It's exciting to go into this new adventure. It's exciting to find something new and have it be unknown what the outcome is. It's exciting. It's not scary, because then that changes your perspective. It changes your mindset, and it allows you to really accept it and move forward without hesitation. All right. And your last card is strength. That has been quite the overarching theme in all of these readings so far. But yeah, you have two things with strength here. Some more confirmation that, you have it within you to keep moving forward and facing the obstacles and challenges. So, I don't need to get into that anymore so than I did. So this is exciting. I am very excited for you, group number 3s. Let me know what your new level up is, if you know what it is already. I know most of you do. So let me know down in the comments what group you chose and what's going on if you want to share. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you have not done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me, and it helps me and the algorithm gods out too, so I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I love you and I like you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye. Hello, my group number 4s, those of you who chose the Hocus Pocus Tarot and the Jade Cauldron. We're going to see what is going on in the month of October with the tarot first, and then we've got some Halloween-themed oracle decks to dive deeper. So the first tarot card is going to represent the overall message for the month of October, and we've got Sarah with the High Priestess. Very cool. All right, and then the next and last tarot card that we're going to see here is going to be the advice to move through this energy, and we have Suspension, or the Hangman. Notice we have Sarah in both of them. Very cool. All right, so in the month of October, the High Priestess, this is all about listening to your intuition. This is about your inner knowing. This is about really tapping in, and maybe if you haven't really listened to your intuition before, this is the month where you're really going to go through like a spiritual awakening and really connect with your inner wisdom within. So I think we're going to have a reflection on what our goals are here, what we want, get really clear with your mind and look for answers within, if that makes sense. Like usually when the High Priestess comes into a reading, you have all the answers that you're looking for. You just got to quiet your mind and look within. And sometimes that's really hard to do. So this might be, for those of you who are having a challenge with doing that, this might be the month where you're really tapping in and learning. Others are really going to find their balance between their spirituality and, having a practice with it and a routine and rituals, and a balance with reality, right? Because sometimes we can focus too much on our inner world and our spirituality and the depths within our souls, right? Our inner knowing, and we forget to come back down to reality. We can kind of use spirituality as a form of escapism, especially if you have any Pisces in any of your big three. It's really easy to turn to spirituality to kind of escape, right? And I don't blame you with what's going on right now, but it's time to find that sweet spot, that balance between the two. So I really think that some of you are having a hard time with tapping in and tuning into your own intuition and listening, and others are really trying to find that fine line of balance, and really trusting yourself, trusting your gut. Some of you I know have had challenges in the past where it's like you thought you were listening to your intuition, but it was really like experience that told you, whereas, you know, it kind of took you in a way that you didn't thought you were gonna to go. But now it's really tuning in and not being afraid of it too. If you are just starting to tap into your intuition, to really tap into a spiritual practice, it can be very intimidating. It can cause a lot of fears around it, as far as, you know, what's going to happen? What do I do? That sort of a thing. It's the unknown, right? And especially if you are deconstructing from, you know, a religious point of view, you might have some fears when it comes to it, but I promise you, everybody, regardless of your religious background, has intuition. It is innate in your DNA. You have intuition. It is what's kept us safe and prepared for as long as we've been humans, right? So listen to it and enjoy it, practice it, meditate more. There was something that I was going to say and now I forgot. And so we're going to move on for a second, but I might come back to it. Oh, yes. Divine Feminine. Okay. So this isn't the Empress card, but the Empress card is next. So once you start tapping into your intuition more, you're going to start noticing yourself opening up to your Divine Feminine too, whether that's healing it or nurturing it. So whatever gender you identify as, it doesn't matter. Everyone has Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. So the Divine Feminine is all about having that receptivity. So being able to receive, being open, being able to create and nurture and self-care and all of those big keywords, right? So once you start tapping into that a little bit more, you understand what your needs are. You understand what you've been lacking, and now you can kind of fulfill that within yourself as well. So there's a lot here, but all that to say is we're tapping into our intuition. We are really allowing ourselves to open up a lot more and being okay with exploring that and finding that balance between really putting all of our time and effort into spirituality and intuition and coming back down to reality. We have to have a fine balance between the two, because if we veer off to escapism with spirituality or with our intuition, it can also lead to like spiritual psychosis. It can lead you down some rabbit holes that are really, I'll say, interesting. So you really want to make sure that you stay grounded. You really want to make sure that you're, you know, in this reality, as well as exploring all of the different spirituality realms, right? So then we have the suspension here as the advice card to move through this energy. And this is all about a time of reflection, to sit and wait, to pause. So they're hanging in these cages and they're like waiting around for, you know, them to be able to get out of them and escape. And she's kind of toying with them. And this is about really, you know, allowing yourself to surrender to what is happening, surrender to the moment, and allow it to kind of change your perspective on things too. So like, you know, if we follow the example of deconstructing from a religion, this is allowing yourself to surrender to the fact that this is a natural way of being, a natural way to progress, and that it is okay for you to explore. It is safe for you to explore, and allowing yourself to kind of surrender to the opportunities and the possibilities that come from this. But also, it is a great time for reflection, which you can do with the intuition too. Reflecting on your intentions and goals, and reflecting about how you want to utilize your intuition with said goals and intentions, right? So just reflect and explore and allow yourself this, kind of suspension time where you're in this kind of, I want to say bubble, but this like period of time where you're kind of just allowing this to be a avenue to explore, where you're not giving yourself deadlines, you're not giving yourself, a certain tasks that you have to check off the list. It's giving yourself a new time to just be with your practice, be with your intuition, explore your inner world. This could also be a time too where you produce some shadow work, where you take a look at your unconscious fears, or not unconscious, subconscious, where you look at those fears, what has been something that has been holding you back from healing that part of you. What are your fears surrounding spirituality, surrounding your own intuition? Maybe what are your fears in the way that you don't listen to your intuition, where you don't trust it enough? What is causing that reaction in you? And explore that, but explore it safely. Give yourself that opportunity to reflect, because that will provide you some healing, and it will allow you to open up and trust your intuition a lot more. It took me eons to get back to a point where I can trust my intuition due to past programming and, situations in my own experiences. And, it took me a while to learn to open up and trust again. And so I had to face those fears and those situations head on. And over time, slowly, I was able to open up to that again and keep practicing and learn to differentiate between what is intuition and what is my own self-preservation, right? So there's a lot here to explore, but know that, you'll understand more when you allow yourself to kind of hang in this waiting period. Find peace in this time period where you're just hanging out, where nothing is like moving forward. Find peace in it and allow this to be like your womb. Think of it as like the womb or an egg, to where you're just learning and exploring and absorbing information. And then, when it's ready to hatch, you'll come out afresh and anew, right? So it's a waiting period. It's a time where you're, incubation, that's the word, where you're learning and you're exploring and you're giving yourself that opportunity to do so. Whereas there are people who are already, surpassing the intuition, incubation point. And so now it's about spiritual practice. It's about having a daily practice to where you can connect to source, the deities that you, associate with, or whatever your spiritual practice is a routine, it's a ritual, and you have that to look forward to on a day-to-day basis. You're creating that routine. So it's going to look different, depending on who you are watching this, because this is a general reading. But just know that in the month of October, you're really tuning in. You're really exploring, tuning in. And like I said, some of you are working on shadow work right now while you're allowing this to kind of happen. And don't be afraid. You're always safe. You're always protected. And, explore different avenues of spirituality. Explore, maybe aspects that you weren't, typically aware of before, and just surrender to the process. It is an interesting process. It's a beautiful process. And if you have already done this, maybe it is more so where you're finding a balance between, your ritual time and your spiritual practice and your day-to-day routines, and allowing yourself to have that moment of peace and serenity, not forcing yourself to go and do your daily responsibilities without the practice, and saving your practice for like maybe one day. So for instance, maybe it is doing a meditation in the morning before you get going and starting your work day. Maybe it is a practice of gratitude at the end of the day with journaling. It just will depend on whoever is, watching this group. Okay, let's move on. We are going to take a look at the Halloween Oracle here. We have dawn, the light after the darkness. So yeah, I think a lot of you are exploring that this new side of your intuition and this new spirituality, knowing that this is illuminating something within you, guiding you toward something, helping you out of certain predicaments. And this could also be a nod to those of you who are deconstructing your religious upbringing and you're finding something that feels more true to you. And next we have the underworld, where all things pause and begin again. So this is another cycle for you, as well as we have the pausing moment, allowing yourself a pause. So again, this could be daily, this could be for a while, for an incubation period, or it could be like, you have a pause specifically in your schedule for you to take time out for your spiritual practice. Or for, just pulling cards. It took me, sitting down and, journaling. I did a lot of journaling. I did a lot of studying, and I did a lot of pulling the cards and listening to my intuition for practice for this too. So if this is something that you're wanting to explore further, get yourself a deck of cards, start learning, or a pendulum, or, runes, whatever kind of you gravitate toward, and just start utilizing it and see what comes up. Next, we have hearth, happiness in our hearts and homes. So this could be something that makes you feel like you're at home versus like maybe the upbringing of the religious upbringing you had. This is something that you can do within the home. Like you can make your home your safe space, or you have a specific area in your home or in your backyard or your, wherever you're at that you create that is your safe place and where you feel protected and that you go to when you're doing your spiritual practice. And your last card here is Night Song, hidden talent. So yeah, maybe this is something that you never knew you could explore further. And now you're like, okay, cool. Like this is a talent. I'm really good at this. I'm really good at listening to my intuition. I'm really good at tarot. I'm really good at, XYZ, or communicating with spirit or communicating with deities. Fill in the blank. I'm just kind of covering all of our bases here. But yeah, hidden talent. It's something that we all have, but something that we need to kind of awaken. Because again, we're brought up to believe, most of us, that is a scary thing. All right, let's keep going, keep it pushing. We have the Gothic Oracle here. First up, we have Immortal Flight. This makes me think of intuition too with the pool of water here. And it's about deception. The motives of someone in your environment could be under question. Is a friend or colleague telling you something quite different from what they truly believe? Does your intuition suggest that you not trust a situation? If this card occurs in your reading, it could be a warning that deception is near or that someone is hiding something from you. This is a time to do a little research before making any big commitments. When in shadow, Immortal Flight can describe the unfaithful, the dishonest, or okay, so it's not reversed. But yeah, so I don't think it has anything to do with somebody else being deceptive. I think the issue here is the deception being what you thought it was going to be, if that makes sense. So what you were made to believe, what you were made to think about spirituality, about your intuition, like we talked about previously, how your upbringing could be a factor into why this was something that you stopped exploring or you didn't explore enough or that you were afraid of it. Because again, somebody could have been telling you, oh, that's the devil's work, or, oh, that's a demon or whatever. Like, the stories, all of that. So what I'm telling you is when you practice and when you have this ritual going on, or your, safe haven of a space where you feel like you are completely safe, right? And you do your practice and you open up and you're following the books and you're following your own intuition, you can differentiate between what is, you and what is the noise of people around you, right? Hopefully that's making sense, because I'm trying to think of an example and one's not coming to me, but you'll be able to differentiate what you know to be true. And that's why pausing and taking a time to really connect is important, because you'll hear a bunch of chatter about what other people think when they're not connected to their own intuition as you are. So don't worry about what other people who are not in the know say. Worry about what feels right to you. Okay, next we have Beyond the Veil, which quite honestly is what we're talking about. We're reaching beyond the veil. We are reaching into the unknown. We are reaching into that part of our subconscious, our higher self, our, spirit team, whomever you practice with. We are definitely peeking behind that. But this is talking about balance with the yin and the yang symbol here, which is what we were talking about earlier with the balanced reality and your spirituality. And so it says at the top of the card is the motto Carpe Diem, which means seize the day, a reminder to make the most of the time we have here on earth before we pass from this realm to the next. We can embrace this outlook while living a balanced life, experiencing work and play, joy and sacrifice, excitement and calm, even in measures. If you have drawn this card, it might be that you are feeling the effects of imbalance in your life. If you are socializing too much or working too hard, you may need to realign your priorities to strike a healthy and sustainable balance. So again, we're finding balance within our routine, within our practice, within, reality and not reality. And your last one with this deck is the Summoning. Oh gosh, I love this so much. That's so pretty. So summon your spirits. Summon your courage, summon your spirit team, I should say, to help you with this should you need help. And those who already work with their deities or spirit team, this is a good time to incorporate them into your practice more. If you don't work with them, it's a perfect time for you to incorporate them into your practice now. Start working with them to help guide you, protect you, give you information, help relay information from the spirit realm into your head, how I like to say it. But yeah, definitely love that the summoning came up. But just so we're balanced here, we have it about creativity. So use your creativity when it comes to how you want to proceed with this, how you want to go about your new practice, your rituals, your routine, etc. All right, next up we have the Seasons of the Witch Samhain, and confirmation. I don't really need to go into this anymore. So you hold the answers, you know the truths. Ancient ones await behind the doors of the mind. And your last one here is grief. It is but a mere glimpse of nothingness hidden away deep within the chambers of your mourning, in the red clovers birthing lost illusions. So to me, I feel like grief can symbolize a lot of the loss that maybe for those of you who are deconstructing, who are learning, like the grief of maybe that this was something that was withheld from you, that you didn't know about, that you weren't taught about. And now that you know about it, you're going to be experiencing a little bit of grief here. I think that to me, grief can be a little bit of an amplifier when it comes to these sessions. Sometimes it propels us to want to sit in silence, in a pause, in a incubation period too. But just in case, we're just going to read this paragraph here. So pulling grief can mean you have a lack of satisfaction about where you are in life, what you have, or perhaps more appropriate, what you don't have. You're putting too much of your focus on what is missing and have cut off the rest of the world. There are still people and opportunities for you if you only lift your head and take a look around. Life still goes on when you've suffered a loss. Mourn for the things you wanted and didn't get or had and lost, but be sure to keep going. The universe never takes something away without giving you something to take its place. So yeah, if this is you, if this is something that like maybe you're grieving through not having this prior, this is something that you can work through and kind of propel you forward. Again, I'm going to take you to shadow work time where it's, facing that and accepting that. And then you can learn to move forward through it. All right, your Talisman Oracle, growth of, okay, we have the egg here. Oh, I love it. Okay, so growth of energy. So you're going to expand. This is going to grow. This is something that you are going to expound upon. Expand. This is something that you are going to be able to progress through, if that makes sense. So if you are just starting out, This is something that you are working on and going to be continuously working through in a good way here. Like, none of this is bad. Like, the only negative card that really came up was grief. And that happens sometimes when we don't get what we thought we had, or, you know, we've already explained that. I don't need to go further, and if you are somebody who's already in the practice, I think your practice is going to grow. You're going to provide yourself more time. You're going to give yourself an exploratory period. So yeah, growth of energy. You're gonna see yourself kind of move toward bigger and better things here. All right, and last but not least, we have the Autumn Oracle by V Love and Crystals. We have gratitude. We talked about having a list of gratitude, a practice of gratitude. If you are somebody who's just starting out on your spiritual journey, it is important to have the in the back of your mind always gratitude for even the smallest of things, even for being able to breathe air today. It will change the way you see the world. It will change your perspective, and it will change the way that you utilize your practice. If you are so thankful for the smallest little thing, imagine what the universe can bring to you to be even more grateful for. Then we have the present moment. So yeah, more of this hangman energy. Being in the present moment, creating yourself this space to explore, to learn, to be in. And again, rituals happen best when you're fully focused on the present moment. And your last card here is curiosity. Very similar to being creative here. I love this little cat. Oh, so cute. Keep your curiosity strong. Always explore, always learn more. Because again, we all have different facets of our spirituality. We all have different beliefs. We all learn from each other. We all, have different experiences. So it's important to stay curious. Always keep learning. The moment we stop wanting to learn new information, that's when we become stagnant. That's when we become set in our ways. That's when we become unmalleable. That's when our minds kind of close off. So always try to learn something new. Try to focus on something different. Explore. And again, if you are starting out, or even if you are fully fledged through this and understand spirituality, always do your research. If something doesn't feel right to you, don't, progress with it. If it doesn't sit right in your soul, there's a reason why it's not registering that way for you. Again, that's listening to your intuition, listening to your gut. Do your research. If what I say you don't resonate with, that's fine too. Do your research. I am not the be all end all of authority on this. I feel like nobody really is. I feel like we're all on our own paths. But again, if something doesn't feel right to you, don't stick with it just because you think you should. All right. So with that being said, have fun this October. This is the perfect month to, explore your spirituality, explore your intuition, explore new rituals, because the veil be thin. So I'm excited for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you chose group number 4, let me know down in the comment section. And thank you again for hanging out with me today. I love you and I like you. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me, and it helps me with the algorithm gods on my end. So thank you again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye. Hello, my group number 5s, those of you who chose the Horror Tarot and or the Clear Quartz Skull. You can kind of see him a little bit. There we go. Let's check out your October first with the tarot, and then we'll dive deeper with the Halloween themed oracle cards. All right, this first card is going to represent the overall message for you for October, and we have Justice. You can kind of see the title down there. All right. And the last tarot card is going to be the card that represents the advice to move through this energy. We have the Page of Swords. All right. So first off, in October, we're finding balance. I feel like that's been a theme throughout multiple groups today. But yeah, finding balance. We need to balance the scales. We need to see what is not working and what we need to leave behind. I feel like there's a need to find the truth because we have the sword of truth here. So gathering all the facts, cutting straight through to the truth, using your brain, using facts and logic, and definitely like bringing in your own alignment to what you need, right? So being in alignment is like kind of like being in harmony with what your goals and intentions are, right? And then I do have to mention for some of you that if you're going through anything regarding legal, I am not a lawyer. I am not anybody that you should take lawyer or legal advice from. But if that's something that you are looking into dealing with, it could be on your side. Just saying. Just throwing it out there just because justice is a card that can deal with legal issues. But what we're talking about here is balancing the scales, quite literally, and then integrating that truth into it, as well as, having integrity to stand with your facts and figures. All right. And then we have the advice to get through this energy with the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is the energy about discovery. It's about staying curious. It's about, fresh new ideas and how to utilize them to your advantage. Creating plans, moving forward, definitely, having this ambition with this Page of Swords to get to where you want to go. So again, if we're like cutting to the truth of the matter, and if we are balancing our lives, balancing our scales with, truth, facts, this Page of Swords is saying, let's stay curious about it. Let's discover fresh new ideas on how to balance the scales. Let's move forward with a plan, but let's proceed with caution. Let's do this with, a little bit of finesse instead of just pummeling forward and trying to force our way to harmony and alignment, right? So very much, researching is a word that I would like to use. So if you are struggling with finding balance on a day-to-day, if you're struggling with like work-life balance, if you're struggling with, even mentally sometimes with, what's going on in the outside world, with what's going on with your day-to-day, it's about, figuring out a plan to make that work for you in your best benefit, right? So if you're trying to figure out a problem, so say that there's a work problem, or say there's, something that you want to produce, it's about doing all your research, finding the best creative solution, and use that logic to bring it into harmony. There's a lot of fairness that comes with justice. There's a lot of fairness that needs to be at the forefront. So be fair with yourself, give yourself grace, allow yourself to find that harmony and balance, and what isn't working for you, let it go. It's no longer needed, okay? You'll find ways around the problem. You'll figure out a new perspective. Being open to new ideas creates a new pathway, a new way forward to bring you into harmony and alignment and balance. So again, I feel like there's a lot of you out there that cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel, cannot find the solutions to your problems because you're already, you already feel defeated. You already feel like, life isn't fair anyway, so like, why even bother? But with this Page of Swords energy, this is about opening your eyes to what's around you, to new perspectives, to new ideas, and figuring out that like, okay, well, sometimes life isn't fair, but we can make things go in our favor by doing this. We can kind of create that balance by doing XYZ. But having a plan to move forward is going to prove to be important for you. Okay. Again, you might want to watch group number 2's. I feel like everybody's been having a very similar message when it comes to harmony and balance lately in just different ways. All right, next up, we're going to take a look at your Halloween Oracle. First up, we've got Skull of Darkness, Blind Spot. Yeah, Yeah. So there, like I said, you've been blind to how to fix this for a while now. You've been blind. You weren't seeing all of the options around you. And you know what isn't fair, you know what isn't working, and you just haven't figured out how to get around it. And so that's where this Page of Swords energy comes in. That's where you're like, okay, we're going to proceed forward. We're going to be paying attention to everything around us now. We're going to open our eyes and see all the blind spots that we were missing. And that's going to put you forward. That's going to move you into that alignment. All right, next up, we've got midnight, the most magical hour of all. Interesting. Talking about time here. And it's like, what's the word I want to say? It's between. The between. I feel like with midnight, this is like asking for you to kind of put trust into divine timing and know that everything's going to work out. Everything's going to be okay with what you're trying to do and where you're trying to go. All right, so down here, allow yourself to relax into the benevolent darkness of midnight. You may feel that this is your darkest hour, but know that the light will return again. The dawn always follows the darkest night. Know, too, that it is important to recognize that we all have darkness within us, just as we have light. This isn't something to hide from. So, again, I feel like this comes down to you not being able to see the big picture, you not being able to kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? Where this is like, okay, we got to trust that this is going to come into fairness and into justness, and that we're going to balance the scales. We're finding the truth. We're coming out of the darkness and into what we need to see and do. And our last card here is forgiveness, reducing burden. So again, this might be something that you deal with internally that's going to provide you grace to move forward. Forgive yourself for not knowing any better. Forgive yourself for not being in the, forgive yourself for being in the situation that you're in, but know that it's all going to come back just fine. I don't think it's about forgiving other people. I feel like right now it's about forgiving yourself and giving yourself grace for what you have been through, because I feel like this is external. This has nothing to do with anything that you can control. I feel like this is very much you needing to come back to center and needing to be you again, if that makes sense. So forgiving yourself for what you didn't know, for things you couldn't control, is going to be key in order for you to find that balance of the scales. All right, your next deck here is the Gothic Oracle, and we have Blood Moon. Interesting. Opportunity. When this card arrives in a reading, it suggests an opportunity or opening of some kind. In some cases, it might suggest a romantic proposition, such as being asked on a date, or it can suggest a potential relationship is in the cards. In a career-based reading, there may be a possibility of a new job or a promotion. Opportunities of all kinds are possible when Blood Moon is in play. What is important to remember is that an opportunity is just that. While good fortune is contained within the essence of this card, it is only you who can make it happen. Whether you choose to accept the goblet and therefore what the symbolic blood can offer you, it is up to you. Change and prosperity could be within your grasp if you reach out and take advantage of them. Okay, so yeah, essentially allowing yourself to see what's around you with this Page of Swords energy, because you have been blind to what you couldn't see before. So allowing yourself to accept that there are opportunities around you for you. All right, Phoenix Rising. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I don't have to really go into this too much because you are rising from the ashes here. You're going to be balancing back out. Everything's going to be okay. You're going to come back stronger, wiser, and, you know, harder, better, faster, stronger. You're going to be a phoenix rising from the ashes, right? You no longer will feel out of balance. You will no longer feel like you are blinded to the things that you couldn't see. Things are changing for you in the best way. And then we have Lifeblood, which is interesting. She's like a Grim Reaper here. Again, I feel the sense of change and transformation. Yeah, endings. So essentially, a change here. If you have drawn this card, then the lifeblood may be draining from a situation. There will always be times when endings are sad or unexpected, but this card also represents the need to consciously cut away those things or people that are unhealthy or have outstayed their welcome. Like we talked about, leave what doesn't serve you anymore. In this sense, lifeblood can be a positive card, encouraging acute awareness and discernment. Exactly. Knowing when something is over, however challenging that might be, can be an asset in both your personal and professional life. An ending may be upon you, and knowing that it is either necessary or unavoidable is part of this card's message. The Reaper is not a figure to fear, but to respect and in some cases appreciate. So the challenges are going to be over for you after you figure out what you need to do to move on. Leave behind those people and things that are no longer helping you. Get to the truth of the matter and proceed with that. All right, next up we have the Seasons of the Witch, the Samhain Oracle. We have voices. With a tug at the gut, fill them, romance your very breath. Listen to the gentle flickering within your eyes, for this is where they guide. I feel like this is listening to your own inner voice, listening to the messages around you, listening to your intuition. Pay attention to the opportunities, again, that are around for you. All right, next up we have Cauldron. Bewitching, yes it be, blink and you shall see a bubbling sense left in the brewing rain. So whenever I think of a cauldron, I think of like a cup overflowing, the divine feminine, something that we can create from within. So again, I think that you are going to be bringing something in that's going to help you with this balancing, with this alignment. Very much a divine feminine energy too. Being able to receive, being able to fill your own cup. And it says here, transmutation, a vessel, and metamorphosis. So again, more phoenix rising energy. It's because there is not one path to the outcome you seek. You may have to try many different approaches to manifest what you desire. So, you know, if you've been struggling before, it's because you haven't been able to see all of those paths to you. So again, you're going to be figuring it out in the month of October. And last with this deck is Pumpkin. So you're harvesting, you're reaping the rewards of the hard work that you've been through. Engaging the spirit within thou, the fertile power you hold, to taste your buttery velvet upon tongue is a gift I shall cherish each day that comes. So pumpkins symbolize prosperity, fertility. So that's what this is going to bring you. So once you get rid of the stuff that doesn't matter to you anymore, that is holding you back, you're going to be bringing yourself into alignment to get the prosperity and the harvest. Okay, if that makes sense. So these kind of go hand in hand here. You're transmuting, you're creating, and you're bringing abundance in. All right. Then we have your, what is it called? Talisman Oracle. Sorry, brain is starting to brain fog. All right, we've got happiness. Yeah, you're going to find your happiness here. I love this. It's going to create fulfillment for you once you figure out where you need to align yourself with. Because I feel like too, like there's an example here where it's like people were telling you were one thing, or people were like filling your head with like expectations. And like you're figuring out that those expectations are not the expectations that you really internalize, and that doesn't work for you anymore. And now you're figuring out who you are, and that's bringing, you know, you're transmuting those expectations or those words into something more authentically you, and creating that happiness. You're creating your own alignment. And I love that. You're balancing out the scales. You're cutting through the BS, finding the heart of the matter, the truth of the matter, and creating your happiness. All right, last but not least here, we have the Autumn Oracle by V Love and Crystals. First up, we have excitement. Yeah, get back to joy, get back to excitement. Happiness, excitement, very similar. Get excited to see a change. See this Phoenix rising energy come. The light at the end of the tunnel here. I think once you forgive yourself for things you didn't know, lessons you needed to learn, all of that stuff, this is going to come to the forefront for you. And last, we've got patterns. You're noticing the patterns that got you to this point. You're noticing what you can leave behind. And now it's creating new patterns and new habits, new ways of being, right? New daily routines, etc. So this was a very interesting reading. Very much more about the being fair to yourself, fair to what you want to see happen for you, what your goals are, creating more time to do so, allowing yourself to transmute, your past experiences into positive experiences for you in the future, being able to see new opportunities around you because they are there. Sometimes we're so blinded. We have these blind spots because we feel like we're only worth X amount, or we don't deserve things, or we're told we have, again, certain expectations. So this is really leaving those, cutting through the BS, leaving those behind, and really allowing ourselves to see what our true worth is, what the truth of the matter really is, and paying attention to what we can create ourselves, what we can move forward with. Still have caution because, again, this is something that might be new for you. But, yeah, listen to your own inner voice. Not your inner critic, but your inner hype man. All right. Well, I hope this resonated with you. If it did, let me know what group you chose down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I love you and I like you. If you have not done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.